Thanks for tuning in to another video. My name is Stacy. I am the creator of Twisted Kinks Crochet. In today's video, we are going to talk about these beanies. In the intro, you saw my hat stack, and those are hats that I've crocheted every day, one a day, in February and continuing into March. The intention is to donate these at the end of the year to a local nonprofit. I was able to do it in 2025, but I only crocheted, I say only because it was short of my goal. So I only crocheted about 38 hats. This year, I'm already on track to do more than that. And I don't know if I will continue to do a hat a day for the rest of the year, but at least through March. And then we'll see how it goes after that. So in today's video, I will show you how to make this hat, and I'll also show you how to make a hat which is basically a rectangle done vertically. Let me show you. And so I'll show you how to do that. It's done vertically, you join the ends, and then you cinch the top. We'll talk about how we do that. And I do want to talk to you about the books that I've read in January and February and into March. January, February, and into March. So I took a trip in January, which kind of threw off my scheduling because I didn't do much reading. I didn't do much crocheting of other things. I'll show you what I did crochet in another video. But so that kind of threw me off. So we'll talk about these two books and then we'll show you how the hats are made. If that sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. So The Sweetness of Water by Nathan Harris follows two brothers who were recently freed from slavery and ends up on a neighboring farm. And they were just camping out on their way north to locate their mother who had been sold away. The owner of the neighboring farm discovers them on a day where he receives some tragic news that his son was killed in the war. So Civil War is winding down. His son goes off to war and he received news that his son was killed. So it takes you on the journey of the relationship between this farmer. Actually, he wasn't even a farmer, landowner. At the time, he was landowner. It takes you on the journey of the landowner and the two brothers. And then the landowner discovers that his son was not killed in the war. He comes home and reunites with one of his friends who he joined the military with. They have a complex relationship, and this book kind of goes through how those lives of all of those people collide, and then the other people who are connected to them. I was kind of disappointed in the way it ended. The ending was just flat. It was, interesting to see the dynamics between the brothers, the landowner, his son, his wife, and then all of the people that are around them. Um, A Sweetness of Water. I would still recommend that you read it. And then Keeper of Lost Children by Sidekwa Johnson, who is, I think, becoming my favorite author. I've read 3 of her books now. She has a bunch more, and I'm trying to get them all because I really like her writing. This takes place during World War II in Germany and chronicles the brown baby crisis from 3 different perspectives. One being a child who initially didn't know that she was one of the brown babies. One being the mother who adopted a bunch of the children from Germany and pretty much started her own adoption agency to get the mixed race children who were left behind in Germany to homes in America or with soldiers' families in Germany. And then the other is a soldier who left behind a child not because he wanted to, but because he had to. Love the way that the story turned out. But a couple of things I think would have been good storylines that would have been very, very interesting. But they just dissolved. It didn't pan out. So, but I still love this book. I love, love, love this book. So, Sodequa Johnson, The Keeper of Lost Children, definitely recommend that you get this book. And this book was just published in 26. So this is a new book. That's my book talk. So let's get into these hats and I'll show you how they're made. And hopefully you'll find an hour of your day, you'll find some scrap yarn, or if you go pick up yarn from the Dollar Tree, their yarn, let's see, they're just yarn. One of these for me makes one hat. So with my tension and everything else, it'll make one hat. So go spend $1.25 and get you a skein of yarn, make a hat. And if you want to join me in this hat challenge, I guess, where we try to make a hat a day, or set a goal for how many you would like to make for the year, and donate to an organization of your choosing. Help those who may need a little extra help during the winter months. These hats are comfortable and they are definitely warm. And all right, let's get over here and start working on these hats. So for this hat, I will be using Just Yarn Premier Worsted Weight from Dollar Tree, $1.25. I'm also using a 5.5 millimeter hook. When you make these hats, if you go down a size of your hook, you'll make a smaller version. Going up a size, you'll make a larger version. So you don't necessarily have to change your pattern to get a different size. Just change your hook size. Let's see if I have an example here. So here's an example of how changing hook size will give you a different hat. Same pattern, same amount of rows, same yarn, just a different hook size, 5.5 millimeter and a 5 millimeter, and it gives you a different size, so a little bit smaller. So this hat starts with the magic circle, and if you watch my last video with the doll heads, you'll know how I start the magic circle. You wrap it around twice. When you come back the second time, you cross over to make kind of an X. Go under the first bar, grab the second bar, give it a little bit of twist, and then do a single crochet, or you're going to do a chain. So a chain, and then we'll do another one. So do your magic circle, chain 2. That is going to count as our first stitch in every round. So in this one, we're going to do 10 double crochets. That counts as 1, 2, there's the 10. Take your tail and pull it tight to close your circle. I only do a chain of 2 when I start my rounds. That's just me. Other patterns, other hat makers may do a chain 3. I just like the way chain 2 feels. So in that first chain 2, you want to slip stitch to the top of it. Chain 2, that counts as 1 double crochet. And then we are going to do 2 double crochets in every stitch around. So we started with 10, we're going to end with 20 in round 2. So increase round, that's 2 in the first, 2 in the next. And then we'll keep going around till we get to the end. Round 3, go ahead and join to the top of that chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, and then round 3 we're going to increase, so it'll be one single crochet, one double crochet, 2 doubles in the next, 1, 2 in the next, 1, 2 in the next, all the way around. So chain 2 counts as 1 double crochet, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next, and do that all the way around, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. You should always be placing 2 double crochets in the last stitch before you close it up. So if you're not on the 2 double crochet increase, then go back through your round and see what you might be doing wrong. And then close this round. Chain 2. Round 4, if you've seen any of my other videos, then you know that I like to do this in cadence. So round 4 will be a cadence of 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 in the first, 1 double in the next, 2 doubles in the next. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how this row will go. So chain 2, we've already done 1. Next stitch, 1. Next stitch, 3 and 4. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, if that's how you like to count it. And do that all the way around. Remember, when you get to your last stitch, you should be doing 2 double crochets in that stitch before you close the round. If you're somebody like me who likes visual cues as well, when you get to your increase, which is the 2 double crochets in the same stitch, you should be increasing in the next round in that second double crochet. So this is round 3. So we did 1 and then 2 in the next. So we have the 1 and the 2. You're going to always increase in that second double crochet of the increase from the round below. So that's my visual cue. If I go around this and I don't have 2 double crochets in that second from the increase of the round below, then I know I've gone off somewhere. So here I am back at my last stitch, and this will be 2 double crochets. Now we started with 10 double crochets in the magic circle. We are increasing by 10 each round. So round 2 will have 20 stitches, round 3 will have 30, round 4 we should have 40 stitches. Slip stitch into the top of your chain 2 or chain 3, whichever one you do. Close that up, chain 2. Round 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So double crochet in the first 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochets in the next, and then repeat that. So that chain 2 is my 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in the next, 4 and 5. And then for me, I will start my cadence all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am in the second, I'm increasing in the second double crochet from the increase below. Let's go. I'm back at my last stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. slip stitch in the top of my chain 2. Close this round with 50 double crochets. Chain 2 counts as my first, so I'm going to do 1 double 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 in the next. So you'll do 1 double in each of 4 stitches and then 2 in the next, and that is my cadence of 6. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 go together, and the next stitch, or like I said, 1 double crochet in each of 4 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 double crochets in the 5th. So I've completed round 6, and you should have something that looks like this. 60 double crochets in this last round. This is my join, and from this point we're just going to continue to do double crochets around without an increase for 11 rounds of double crochets all the way around, joining your round to the first chain 2, making that count as a stitch. Go ahead and complete 11 rounds, double crochet only, no increase. And we'll come back to finish the hat. This is the hat after adding the 11 rows of double crochets in the round, no increase. And the next thing that I like to do, my last row is a row of single crochets, and I decrease after 8 stitches. So I would do a single in 8 stitches, and then I'll do 2 singles together. So I chain 2 at my join, a single crochet, single in 7 more, and then I do 2 together. So what that does is it brings the hat in a little bit around the band. So single crochet in 8, single crochet 2 together, and I'll show you how that goes. Chain 2, still single crochet in that. So that's still counting as a stitch. So that's 1 single crochet, and the next is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and then 2 together. So I go in like I'm going to make a single crochet, but don't close it. Go into the next one, pull up the loop, bring it back, and then go through all 3. And I'm going to keep going around just like that. 8, and then 2 together. 8, and then 2 together. And that will bring in the band of the hat so that it fits snug around the head. And I'll show you how that looks when I'm done. And that's how it looks at the end. So you can see how this kind of cinches in a little bit. It comes in at the bottom. So that will fit nicely around your head. It takes off 6 stitches when you do that single crochet decrease after 8, and then we still have yarn left, so we can start another hat. And that's how that beanie goes. So this is the way it fits. And that's the easy, quick beanie. So let's start working on the other one that's worked vertically and get that done. So now for our next beanie. This hat is worked in vertical rows. It is made in the shape of a rectangle, and then we join those two ends, and then we close up the top. So I start with a chain of 45, and then I do a half double crochet in the little back bump. If you turn your chain over, the little back bump is where I do the half double crochet. I'm going to do that all the way down to the end. So you can see when you use the back bump, and you flip your chain back over, you see how it gives you a nice little edge down at the bottom. So that's the advantage of using that back bump. So for the remainder of the work, you are just going to do a half double crochet in every stitch, back loops only. So the first stitch and the last stitch, you'll do a half double crochet through both, through the full stitch, but in the stitches in between, you're just going to do a back loop only. It's going to give you that ridged effect. So every row is going to be the same, back and forth. Half double in the first, half double crochet in the back loops only for the remainder until you get to the last, and then half double through the full stitch. I do 50 rows. And let me add right here that you want to make sure that you don't miss that last stitch. Your first couple of rows are very crucial to make sure you get all of the stitches and you don't start missing stitches at the end, which will make your hat slant, or you just won't be able to make a good hat. So count your stitches, make sure you hit that last one, and then a way to get a very clean edge, do a chain one, turn your work, then do a half double in that same first stitch. So let's talk about the color change. I like to change colors obviously at the end of a row. Sometimes you're not able to do that if you have to join the same color because you run out. But at the end of the row is ideal. So you complete that last double crochet, half double crochet. You're going to chain one, remove your hook, go back into that half double crochet, pull in the yarn that your new color, chain one, then turn your work and start your new row with the new color. Once you do that chain one, you can pull the old color and it'll pull tight. I have another video on just the color change, but that's what works for me. And you just crochet over those ends. So now I've done all 50 rows and I'm ready to join my ends. I line up my stitches and then I go through again in the first and last. I'm going to go through all stitches, but in between I'm just going to go through the back loops only. So this will give you another row that looks like all the other rows. And just do that all the way down. Line up your stitches. And if you misjudge or you don't hit the right stitch on each side, it's okay. Just don't do it all the way down. Try to recover. But if you don't, it's okay. One missed stitch is not going to completely throw off the whole project. So this is what it looks like when you start to line up your stitches on both sides and then go through the back loops of each side as you work down your last row. Remember, first stitch and last stitch, I recommend going through the full stitch on each side, but the stitches in between, you can go through the back loops. That'll give you that nice raised row. That'll make it look like the rest, and you will barely be able to tell where you sewed your work together. So remember, leave a long tail so you can weave that through to cinch your hat at the top. You just go through each row, in and out, in and out. And as you go, you'll be able to pull that tight, but not too tight. And then start sewing across to close your hole up. So this is what the hat should look like once you do the cinched top. And again, just go around and around. And then when you get it closed, you'll want to hold it kind of like this. And then go back and forth. And then go the opposite way so that you close the hole up completely. And here's the end result. You can also slouch it. And that's it. Get you some yarn, $1.25. Not a huge investment, so if you mess up, you haven't really lost anything. Try out these patterns. Let me know in the comments how you like. Well, that does it for another video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around. I do appreciate you spending a little bit of your time today with me. Please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, leaving a comment so that we know if you're going to do the hat challenge or hat donations, if you're going to try one of these with some Dollar Tree yarn. And yes, this is a different style, same basic structure, just added some ruffles. And we can talk about this one in another video, so come back. And until then, remember, the only perfect way is the way that's perfect for you. I'll meet you guys back here in the next video. Bye.